Describe Andy Warhol's underpants.
Padded.
Padded? Padded pants. Any
15 minutes of foam.
Very good. It's like the Essex girl who sees an Irishman with his Wellingtons that have L&R written on them.
Yes.
And she says, "What's that about?" And he says, "Well, you know, it reminds me of the left put on the left and the right is put on the right." She says, "Oh, that's why my pants say C&A then."
How many amoebas does it take to change a light bulb? 1, no, 2, no, 4, no, 8, no, 16, 32, 64, 128, 250. Stop! Stop!
Very, 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 very good indeed.
You know, they say that the wheel is the greatest invention ever, but I think it's probably the second wheel because... Have you ever seen a guy on a unicycle? What an asshole.
Well, I mentioned, of course, the telephone is a fantastically rude thing. I mean, it's like going, "Speak to me now, speak to me now, speak to me now." If you went into someone's office and banged on their desk and said, "I will make a noise until you speak to me," it would be considered unbelievably rude.
Yes, and of course, that's what they had before the telephone, wasn't it? Speak to me now! Speak to me now!
Yeah, exactly.
And then you goes, "Call waiting, call waiting!"
Exactly. One of my proudest facts is that I am possibly the last ever pipe smoker of the year.
That's right. So I saw
new government rules have meant it unlikely that there will ever be another one.
I saw a very interesting article. I believe you were in it in the Chap magazine, and you were talking about pipe smokers and the fact that actually the act of having a pipe does bestow a certain trustworthiness. Out of 2 builders, you would choose the builder who's got a pipe because they look more somehow.
There's a kind of placid, they don't look so edgy in the.
Well, I think all right.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Brilliant. Certainly erudition. She-bears give birth when they're hibernating.
When they're asleep?
Well, they sort of wake up rather briefly to give birth.
Oh, jeez.
And apparently forget about it afterward. They go straight back to sleep again. And they can give birth to up to 4 cubs from 4 different fathers.
Sounds like the royal family, doesn't it?
Do they?
What can you tell me about bamboo?
Ahoy!
You've attracted someone else on the dockside.
In Hong Kong, and probably elsewhere in Southeast Asia, they use bamboo as scaffolding.
That's right. You're quite right.
It's incredibly lightweight, but incredibly, extraordinarily strong. And they use it over vast buildings.
You're right. It has a tensile strength greater than steel. In fact, over 5,000 uses of bamboo have been recorded, including desalination uses,
Tarzan
diesel
uses
fuel.
it for swimming away from people.
Exactly right. Yes, breathing underwater. As a cane to give people a damn good thrashing.
Have you been bamboo caned?
Certainly. At prep school I was caned almost daily.
2 uses of bamboo cane. That was just by yourself.
Never did me any harm. So that leads us to where do bears do their business in the winter?
Ahoy.
In the woods.
In the woods, did you say? I'm afraid it is. That's minus 20 points, Alan Davies.
20?
Well, yes. We now have a swift buzzer question for everyone, though. Fingers poised. Speaking of tidal bulges, how many moons does the Earth have?
2.
Dear.
We did this last series.
Yes, but Anna, that was last year. There have been 3 more discovered.
Oh, shut up.
Fingers on buzzers, please, lady and gentlemen. How many points do you need to win a game of table tennis?
21.
No! Alany.
It's 21.
No, it isn't. I'm afraid the rules were changed. The rules were changed. I know it sounds absurd, but they were. And not only that, they've actually increased the size of the ball by 2 millimetres. What is the reason for both those changes?
They made the ball larger
to
make the game easier.
This is a question just for stupid, just for Alan. To get 5 points back.
I can't.
There's one thing. What do you and I both feed like whores?
Pardon?
You and I What do we earn our
feed
daily crust from?
From the...
Feeding that cathode ray tube, the television.
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 The games
Television.
are shorter.
It makes it 14% slower, more easy to
watch on the television.
That's right. And the games are shorter because human beings these days are just gibbering maniacs.
They really are.
Have to go and vomit up a pizza every 5 minutes so they can't have anything longer than that. We'll move on to a question for Dara. Now, what begins with B?
I thought we were done with diarrhea.
All right.
It's really an anagram, your name, isn't it?
Well, it's quite possibly an anagram, but what an anagram... Well, everything.
Diarrhea.
It's an anagram
No,
with a great...
it's not. There's only 4 letters in my name.
It's an anagram of the great drama school RADA. That's what it's an anagram of.
With all the rest of it, there's an O, isn't there?
There's an O, yeah, there's a B, there's an N, yeah, as if my name is roughly NB, diarrhea.
Dara.
Dara.
Yes. Dara.
It's the exception that proves the rule.
Well, no, it isn't an exception.
See, what happens on this show, Dara, is he thinks I'm an idiot.
Yeah, but you think my name is an anagram of diarrhea. So... I'm really on their side at the moment.
Here's a quite interesting fact. As we know, at the end of a marvellous performance, when we see a live show and you think it's fabulous and you want more, you shout Encore.
Yes.
But do you know what the French shout?
Bis?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you do know.
Yes. Sorry. It means twice. Yeah.
So they're asking to see the whole damn thing again.
Enoch and Eli.
Yes.
2 legendary folklore characters from Birmingham. And Enoch's fishing by the canal, and his mate Eli comes up and says, have you caught anything? He says, I caught a whale. He said, where is it? He said, I threw it back. He said, I caught a whale and you threw it back. Why? Hadn't got any spokes in it. You said eagles.
Eagles. Yeah.
You know about the guy who shot a golden eagle?
No.
Preserved species.
Yeah.
And he was in court in front of a magistrate. And the magistrate said, this is a dreadful thing. He said, I never intended to. I was shooting pheasants and it flew into my line of fire. Complete accident. So the magistrate said, OK. And he said, as a matter of interest, what did you do with it? He said, I ate it. The magistrate said, good God, what did it taste like? He said, rather like swan.
There is a town in Turkmenistan called Mary.
Mary's an odd name for it.
Is there a Mary there?
There is a Mary, yeah.
Oh, my God, you're absolutely right.
Stephen, there's also a large region called Mary as well in Turkmenistan.
Mary, and there's a little town called Quite Contrary. Do they used to do public drownings? Why don't they do it for people on death row? Drown them.
You could ask for your last meal to be coconuts and you could form a raft and... I always think that, those bloody last meals, when they always ask the same thing.
Fish fingers and chips.
No, it's
Well,
always
hominy
cheeseburger, fries and a Coke, which we, non-criminals, refer to as a Happy Meal. But, I just don't understand why they don't ask
What
for
would
something
you
like
have?
a stale baguette and a pineapple, right, and form a medieval mace and just sort of fight away.
And do you know why the grass is greener in Ireland than over here?
Is it because of limestone in the
No,
grass?
it's because you're all over here walking on ours. General ignorance round now, so fingers on buzzers again, if you would, please. What is the collective noun for a group of babboons? Yay.
The Pentagon.
Fantastic.
Do you know, I can say in Danish, I have spilt coffee on the anteater.
I would like you to do that for us now.
Jeg har spillet kaffe på møreslør.
Do you know that in America, some of the roads in the Midwest are so straight and go on straight for so long that then they have to make a right turn and then go straight
Really?
again.
Because people go loopy, is it?
No, to account for the curvature of the Earth so that it conforms to the map.
Good God. That's fantastic. Well, there you are.
And do you know that in Montana, a policeman will pull you over because he's lonely? To me all the time.
Why do the Americans drive on the right?
Well, I guess because we invented the f***ing car.
And hopefully... We've had bacteria, we've had bulge.
Yes,
and
beavers.
We've had beaver, we've had a lot of beaver, but now...
And quite a lot of bollocks.
Yes, a great deal of bollocks. Please do write to us if you have got something quite interesting to add, but don't write to us pointing out that beavers could be mistaken for euphemisms. We never use euphemisms, and we think that people who do are complete front bottoms. Good night.